shows a frightening scene on Michigan Avenue in broad daylight as people were leaving work.
A robbery crew using axes to smash their windows at the Rolex store and steal watches.
Our Marissa Sulik just spoke with the alderman in the area and has some new developments to share. Marissa?
Joe and Eric, as you can see behind me, the windows are all boarded up here at the Rolex store after what took place. This happened around 2:30 this afternoon as people were walking by, some capturing this all on their phones. Robbers seen using axes to smash through the side window and display case on East Huron. They then reach in and grab a couple watches before they run off. Some watches seen left dangling from the window.
I don't think Rolex thought could be broken. They found out the hard way. If you've got enough leverage on a hatchet, you could break through.
Alderman Brian Hopkins says he does not recall a smash and grab like this in the middle of the afternoon when the streets are filled with tourists and shoppers.
People don't care anymore. I will say this. You've got Chicago, one of the more larger cities in the Midwest, with a mayor out there that's so disgruntled with Trump and immigration policies and safety, and is disregarding the support and the help that the city so much needs. Listen, Rolex is going to be okay, right? Rolex can account for some losses. They're a very profitable company. In fact, they're all about generational wealth. So when you take a watch like this is the issue. This is the reason why I like Rolex, is because it's a piece that you hand down to your children, right? You create generational opportunities. But these people, will they get a pretty decent dollar for it? Yeah, you'll get a decent dollar. You're going to have to knock off some money because it is a stolen watch. But what you don't get the paperwork, you don't get the box, and that serial number is going to be flagged. So you can't really take it to an authorized dealer neither. So whoever receives the watch, you're kind of screwed. I mean, you can still have it serviced by, people that don't necessarily work at Rolex, but it'll never have the full value that watch is actually worth. And maybe that doesn't matter to some people. It definitely matters to me and other watch aficionados that really, really support and love brand and craftsmanship. But let's get back to the city. Like Denver, like LA, and Chicago, these cities it's under siege, right, in a way. What we see here is in broad daylight. People so brazen to the fact that, hey, listen, I don't care who sees me. And you can see, rewind the video a little bit, you can see people just walking by. There's still watches hanging out the store. Man, I was out in Italy not too long ago. Let me tell you the security out there at an authorized dealer Rolex. You walk up to the store, you kind of got to flag them down. They let you in one set of doors. They then buzz you in through a second set of doors. You are then greeted by armed security. That's the type of security that needs to happen at these, obviously in some of these shops like Rolex. I mean, you just got a window that's just separating, the public from your inventory. It's just not enough. And yep, it's going to cost taxpayers money because somebody's got to pay for that, right? The damage, insurance costs. And it just cripples the city. I just see this time and time again. And as as you get a little older, you start to realize, like, man, how strong is my dollar? And who is threatening to weaken it? And it's our own citizens. It's our own citizens. Let's get back to this.
Chicago police say 4 men in masks broke the glass.
This was a successful robbery. They have recounted. They are missing watches. This was successful.
The robbers fled in a red Nissan Murano and sent police on a chase down the Dan Ryan. They then crashed the SUV into a parked car near 69th and Peoria in the Englewood neighborhood.
You see, rewind it. You see, more insurance costs. People wonder, why is my insurance going up? This is a decent neighborhood. Well, really? You got crime running rampant through your neighborhoods. And this is the reason why. And again, I take this personal because this pisses me off because this is happening all over the U.S.
Police scanner traffic says the men were seen throwing items out the windows, presumably watches.
Honestly, it's sad.
Lamont Evans is with the Restorative Project, a group that responds to violence in the community. We talked to him about how this happened as President Trump is threatening to bring the National Guard to Chicago.
If we bring more resources to the community.
Bring the National Guard or not? Comment below. I would love to see the conversation. Let's have a quick discussion on whether Trump should be bringing in National Guards to these cities that are crime infested. And if not, what is the solution? What is your solution?
More jobs, more federal funding. Then maybe we wouldn't have to deal with the backlash of things like this.
We were able to arrest these 6 offenders. I'm not sure what the National Guard could have done.
Tonight, police were seen collecting evidence outside the Rolex store as they continued their investigation. People walking by in shock by the debris and scene left behind. In the end, Chicago police say 6 men were arrested. Chicago police say there were no injuries reported. Alderman Hopkins says that 9 watches were recovered from that scene in Englewood, but the Rolex store is doing their own inventory check to see if more watches might be out there. Alderman Hopkins also says that Chicago police used one of their new helicopters to track that car down during the chase.